how do you view the lens that you see at the world around you? I mean, from your perspective, in terms of the application to technology, the impact it's having on society, the economy, culture, language, it infiltrates everywhere, and particularly AI, because it's so cross so many domains. In fact, in the last quarter of 2017, it sort of invaded every industry.
Yeah.
So what's your lens, do you feel, from your perspective, that you bring? And then how does that add a particular perspective that we should all be paying attention to from your standpoint?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's a really, really important question. Thanks for asking that. I tick a lot of boxes, right? So I'm an ethnic woman living in a foreign land. I'm also a mother of two kids, and so there's so many different communities that I feel part of. So that's been a big, from a personal perspective, it's shaped my how I approach other people, from a mentoring perspective, how I've been mentored. It's also in managing my own company, thinking about how can we create diversity within the own team. And that's not only about gender or ethnicity, it's also about culture, it's also about function. And then when I bring it to conversations like the one that we had at the Hague Summit, it's also trying to make this emphasis of, okay, there is a shared perspective, but let's bring diversity to that shared perspective. So where we have the shared perspective of wanting to create some sort of a way to have create accountability within the specific technology that we're applying, let's make sure that everybody who's in the conversation is an expert, a deep expert, but let's also make sure that we're getting people on different levels of maturity in terms of the company, different geographies, and having them also somehow be part of the conversation. And then as a mom, I also get this question a lot of how do I do the work-life balance? So for me, it's not just about being a mom, it's about being a parent. In the Netherlands, we're quite lucky in that there's less of these more gender-defined roles in terms of caretaking. So the men often also have a daddy day, like a mom will have a mama day. So there's this sense of shared responsibility in raising children. So whenever I get that question, because I'm also often asked to speak at events that are, for more junior women, or just talking about female entrepreneurship in general, I always try to steer the question away from being a mom and more towards being a parent. And it's again about inclusivity. I know that one dad in the room also has it hard sometimes, and he shouldn't be overlooked just because he's a man and not a woman. He's still having to leave work early sometimes, or skip a business trip because his child is sick. So I think that's when you ask the question around communities and my own personal experience and how that shapes what I want to focus on, it is this sense of inclusivity from my product's perspective, and also in conversations when we're tackling some of these really large issues, and also in how I sort of conduct my own professional life within my team, and who I try to support as they're becoming more senior in their career.